how beautiful and awe-inspiring our world is. The trees, the flowers, the ocean, the stars. People explore every part of the world, from the tiniest microorganisms to the immensity of space. Every part of our universe is connected to each other part. A long time ago there was nothing. No trees, no flowers, no ocean, no stars, no space, no time. There was nothing, not even darkness nor cold. At a certain point, we don't know why or how, there appeared a great light. This was a cloud of light greater than we can imagine, and it contained everything that is part of our universe. This cloud was radiant and luminous, full of heat and light. An explosion. The cloud of light flew in all directions, so hot that everything was gas. Iron was gas, gold was gas. The cloud of gas replaced the nothingness and started to cool. Some particles liked each other and were attracted to each other, while others repelled each other. Those that liked each other rubbed together. They created drops of hot, glowing light. These drops became stars, and one of these stars is our sun. The sun moved in two directions. It spun like a top and also moved along a special path. It seemed free, but it was not free. It had to obey certain laws. The turbulent cloud of light and heat that is our sun began to spin faster and faster until it formed a center of gravity. As a result, it drew in even more particles, and at the center it started to grow, becoming heavier and spinning faster and glowing hotter. Our sun has glowed as it does for more than 4 billion years and will continue to glow for billions of years into the future. As the sun spun, rings of particles formed around it. In these rings, denser particles came together, forming planets. Some are large and some are small, and each is unique and different in its own way. They move in two directions. They spin like a top and also move along a special path. They seem free, but are not free. They have to obey certain laws. One of these unique planets is very special to us. The third planet from the sun began as a ball of whirling hot gas, our Earth. As the Earth began to cool, it began the process of transforming into land, atmosphere, and water. Heavier parts sank to the center of the Earth, such as molten iron and nickel. Minerals such as mica, quartz, and feldspar formed the mantle. The surface was red-hot basalt with patches of granite floating on top. Various substances change from solid into liquid, then gas at different temperatures. At a given temperature, some things melt and turn into gas, while others melt and are liquid, while others remain solid. When cooled, all these materials return to a solid state. There are three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Solids do not change shape easily. Liquids roll over each other, seeking their own level. Gases can move freely and push in all directions. The earth was still made of hot gases, and these hot gases went in all directions. Those that went up toward the coldness of space cooled and returned to earth. They were heated again, and some went up to be cooled again. This happened for a very long time, heating and cooling, hot elements rising, cooled ones falling. After a long period, the earth cooled enough that it formed a crust. Under the crust was still a molten mass that at times would erupt through the crust. The earth was covered with volcanoes. As time passed, the volcanoes produced so much smoke and ash that the light of the sun was blocked. With the sun blocked and the gases cooling, the earth became cool enough that water could form, and it began to rain and rain and rain. The rain fell, the earth cooled, the thick clouds of smoke and ash cleared. Water collected in the low parts of the earth, becoming lakes, rivers, and seas. The sun's light was finally able to reach the surface of the earth, where plains and mountains rose out of the oceans. All had arisen from the same moment of creation, and thus life was ready to begin.